All right, welcome back to Radical Repairs. Today we have batteries. All right, so I got some batteries here. I've got a cassette tape with a book. So we're going to test this thing out and see if it works. All right, 4 gas station batteries going in. Alright, don't hear anything happening inside of there, but don't have a tape in it, so that makes sense. And what are we? A speaker hooked up, otherwise we could possibly hear some crackling or whatever. I'm just hoping that the tape plays and we can see some movement. Throwing the tape in there right now. Alright, let's see if it moves. Nothing. Alright. So nothing happens, which was what was advertised. So now we start to do some diagnosing. First, these battery terminals are pretty corroded and they look pretty gross, so I'm actually just going to clean them up right now with some IPA. Just see what happens after I do that. Here. So I just dip that thing in there. Oh yeah. Works perfectly fine. Cool. Alright. Alright, let's see if that did anything. Doesn't look a whole lot better. This will likely have done nothing, but I honestly don't know how this thing operates, so it's entirely possible I'm also missing some sort of play button. Just don't know. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is remove all the circuitry here and take some voltages to see if we are getting voltage through that. If we are, then we know that we don't have to really work on those anymore. Like, it doesn't look the best, but there's definitely metal there. You know, it should be making contact. So let's verify if it is or not. Got voltage there. I'm seeing 6.49 volts, which makes sense. I think both of these batteries should each be 1.5 volts, which would equal up to 3 plus 3 is 6, and then they're all should be overcharged a little bit, so 6.5. That's perfect. So I know that it's not a corroded battery terminal issue. Those terminals are making the connection they need to. It's getting power. So what's wrong? Right, I was just farting around with it and it came to life, so I figure I might as well record this. I wish I had a speaker in right now. I could hear what's going on, but the tape is playing. You gonna do anything? You gonna wake up? Alright, we're gonna get this. I've got some speakers here that are old desktop speakers. I'm just gonna see if it's an 8 ohm speaker, because then I'm just going to wire one of these in real quick instead of messing with that right now, because that's really set up the way we want it. The speaker is where it needs to be. We're actually going to use the amplifier that's on the Velman voice changer circuit instead of the amplifier in here. Possibly, I'm not sure yet. That's my idea at the moment, but I have no idea how it's going to work out in reality. So we'll just find out when we get there. This is not the proper way to strip wire. My wire strippers is in my car. It's tiny wire, so really a huge deal. Don't come at me with your criticism. And press down on the battery door. That's cloth in the way. All right. No animatronics. First, I'm going to find the ground. I believe that there's a green wire will be ground. I mean, that's seems like it would make sense, but possibly not. Alright. Okay, found ground. Ground is going to be green. So now I'm just going to go through and see if I get any voltages happening in the other wires, which would tell me that it's at least communicating to the motors in the head. First wire looks like we have voltage about 4.5 volts. It is 4.5 volts.
So slowly you don't think about them.
3.6 volts.
Experiencing them all the time. I am. You sure are.
Okay, so I have voltages heading into the head, and they seem to not be consistent as far as like one seems to be fluctuating a little bit possibly. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to drive the motors in there, what it's doing, but I do see voltages going there. So what that tells me is that it's possibly something inside the head. I'm just going to open this up, have a look, and then probe around a little bit. Alright, check that out. Just get the head off. Now here are all the electronics for the eyes and the mouth. Right there. Cool. I don't see anything that tells me that there's major damage here. Let's recap. Voltage, get into the system. Tape, playing. Music, playing. Head, nothing. So, the cool thing is we can still make it make weird noises, but that's not cool. We want to have like everything move. I took voltage measurements, and I see voltage at these different motors. So I'm guessing at this point that's probably mechanical. There's a lot of grease and stuff inside of these gears that over age is just acting like glue at the moment, probably. It's like running through cement. So I'm just going to disconnect the head and then get a closer look inside. So now we have basically the eyes and the mouthpiece are out of the head. So this is going to let us get a much closer view of things. The way that I'm seeing that it works is it looks like each piece has this plastic piece that's on a hinge, and there's just a rubber wheel right here. So essentially it looks like this motor just turns a rubber wheel. I thought there might be some gearboxes involved here, but I'm not sure. I'm going to remove one of these and just kind of get a good look inside. Yeah, that thing is frozen solid. There we go. So I just broke it free. I'm just going to do this to each one of them. And we'll plug it all back in and see if it works. Alright. All three motors are now out. That one's turning. How's this one doing? We got that one turning. Really cross my fingers that this does it. Okay. Alright, now I want to be really careful here because there's a lot of exposed metal and I don't want to touch each other. So probably shouldn't have it so the wheels are touching anything. But once it starts operating, I'll just pull this off right away, so not a big deal. Yes! That one's working. Yes. Alright, that one works. I'm not seeing either of these operating, but I'm seeing this one shake. So let's just go ahead and work these a little more. Yes! That one's working. Yes. Alright, that one works. I'm not seeing either of these operating, but I'm seeing this one shake. So let's just go ahead and work these a little more. I also think I'm going to leave these in the middle of their travel. Maybe that will encourage it to open up. I'm wondering if possibly there's some limit switches or something, and I don't know, whatever, but we'll give that a try. So all are in the middle. We definitely have movement on this one. Yes, yes. Yeah, they're all moving. Yes, awesome. So all we had to do was just like work those things and get them loosened up. Cool, let's get this thing together and see if the face actually comes to life. What do you think's going to happen? You think we're going to get movement here? I'm really hoping so. Those motors came alive, so I have no reason to believe that it's not going to work. Still will be thrilling if it does. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I lied. Yes! Awesome! Let's get this speaker hooked up. Alright. Is this thing gonna work? Yes! Awesome!